Shtirom one of the first ACV in-game but eventually became the past because it being overtaken by more bigger than larger ships such as Enterprise and 004, but Shtiroms still have a place on strong map with a reason. Offensive tactics, but in the next month update the Shtom itself are in a danger point of being forgotten because the new ACV can complete more tasks and in different ways than Shtom. Overall status and capabilities: health point 318k as default and 413,400 as upgrade to max speed, 11.8 knot as default and 14.4 knot as upgraded. That may important when you need to either withdrawal or move to another position, but you still need friendly ship with you to provide fire support or anti-submarines capabilities, even that you have missile and rocket launchers system, because it never effective maneuvering ability. It no longer exists because carrier and super carrier, or known as ACV, are big and large, so mobile doesn't make any difference much. Resource points used for resupply weapons and HP on new air assets such as fighter, UAV, strike fighter, bomber, and it about 600 as default and 720 as maximize upgrade. It kinda low, so use with caution, otherwise it will run out faster than you expect. It on board modules weapons system includes X-35 anti-ship missile as your main battery of subsonic low-altitude anti-ship missile designed to destroy ships with a displacement of up to 5,000 tons in your 1x2 missile battery. And it can also being found on some ships such as RF Variag, RF-80AKR Ulyanovsk, RF Admiral Nakimov, RF Admiral Ushakov, K535, RBU 12,000, or known as UDAV-1 anti-submarine system, can be found on almost any Russian ship in Tier 3 except submarines, and can be used as anti-submarines rocket launchers or use for fire support, either self-defense. Su-57B Felon as a 5th-generation fighter being used in attacks plane configuration. Overall it good for spamming and drive bombing, you know how to do that, and it can also found on RF-80AKR Ulyanovsk and Su-57A Felon can be only found on Shtirom, and it a 5th-generation multi-role fighter, but in-game it being considered as light plane of it. B version Ka-58 Black Ghost is a experimental stealth assault helicopter. At it have a wide variety of options for a conventional 30mm dual cannon that can fire 3 UBR-6 ammunition or 3 UBR-8 and 3 UOF-8. Also it armed with 9 M121 ATGM and unguided rocket plus R-77 medium range, active radar homing air-to-air BVR missile for anti-air, and the most unique weapon on Ka-58 that makes it useful most is the PLAB-100 Russian depth charge. Explodes underwater at a certain depth. And Ka-58 can be found in most of Tier 3 Russian ship except submarines, and PAKDA stands for Future Aviation Complex of Long-Range Strategic Aviation. Being armed with a lot of standoff weapons system allow it to engage outside anti-air range, and nuclear weapons allow it to bring nuclear annihilation to any ship near the explosion zone because area of effect damage, and it can be only found on Shtirom. The S-400 is a ABM, stand for anti-ballistic missile system. Overall it reload rates and output are very fast that you can immediately use all your flare before it hit you plane. Small fact: the anti-ballistic missile ABM capabilities of the S-400 system are near the maximum allowed under that now void anti-ballistic missile treaty. Requirements to buy Shtom level 25 plus $80 million are needed. You going by that, so let's say that you already have Shtom but don't know what to use, then I can recommend some setting, but I can't do it. A offensive super carrier, so you have to try yourself that all commanders. I will see you next time, but until that happens, farewell.